Yehovah, please fill me with the Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words with boldness to those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen. Start with the Shema, listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself, and you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, and with all the muchness that you have. Yod, He, Vav, He. Hand, behold, nail, behold. Genesis chapter 16. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had not borne him a child, but she had an Egyptian slave girl named Hagar. So Sarai said to Abram, "Hear now, Yehovah has kept me from having children, so go in and sleep with my slave girl. Maybe I'll be able to have children through her." Abraham listened to what Sarai said. It was after Abram had lived 10 years in the land of Canaan that Sarai, Abram's wife, took Hagar, the Egyptian, her slave girl, and gave her to Abram, her husband, to be his wife. Abram had sexual relations with Hagar, and she conceived. But when she became aware that she was pregnant, she looked on her mistress with contempt. Sarai said to Abram, "This outrage being done to me is your fault. True, I gave my slave girl to you to sleep with, but when she saw she was pregnant, she began holding me in contempt. May Yehovah decide who is right, I or you." However, Abram answered Sarah, "Look, she's your slave girl. Deal with her as you think fit." Then Sarai treated her so harshly that she ran away from her. The angel of Yehovah found her by a spring in the desert, the spring on the road to Shur, and said, "Hagar, Sarai's slave girl, where have you come from, and where are you going?" She answered, "I'm running away from my mistress, Sarai." Angel of Yehovah said to her, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her authority." The angel of Yehovah said to her, "I will greatly increase your descendants. There will be so many that it will be impossible to count them." The angel of Yehovah said to her, "Look, you are pregnant, and you will give birth to a son. You are to call him Yishmael." Ishmael. God pays attention, because Yehovah has paid attention to your misery. He will be a wild donkey of a man, with his hand against everyone and everyone's hand against him, living life at odds with all his kinsmen. So she named Yehovah, who had spoken with her, El Roi, God of seeing, because she said, "Have I really seen the one who sees me and stayed alive?" This is why the well had been called Ber Lechoa Roi, well of the one who lives and sees. It lies between Kadesh and Bered. Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram called the son whom Hagar bore Yishmael. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore Yishmael to Abram. How can we learn to love our Creator after reading Genesis 16? We can learn some wisdom. We can aim to listen to Yehovah even if it contradicts what your wife says. We can keep sex with our wives only, even if she gives you permission to sleep with others. Aim to unite and keep peace even when it is done. Even what is done is irrational. Be kind to others even if they have wronged you. Trust in Yehovah and see that he will provide for you. Trust that Yehovah will find you at your lowest point. Aim to submit to authority in your life. Trust that Yehovah will bless you when you trust, listen, and obey to the words of Yehovah. Know that it is through Sarai's slave girl that Yishmael, Elohim pays attention, was born. That was Hagar's the slave girl that was given to Abram and his wife when they were in Egypt and they shouldn't have been. And he lied and should not have lied. So El Roi, Elohim of seeing because he sees us. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can aim to be kind, keep peace, and unite those around us, no matter what is done. How can we bear one another's burdens? We can trust, listen, and obey to Elohim's voice as an example to others. Produce spiritual fruit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, and self-control. End with the Aaronic blessing. Yehovah will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehovah will illuminate the wholeness of his being towards your bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehovah will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete. Amen.